One of the hottest housing topics here in Denver and in Colorado is our property tax assessments that we just received earlier this month with new assessed values of our home, and then how those will impact our property tax bills come next January. And here in the Metro Denver area, property assessed values increased anywhere from 33% over the last 2 years in Denver County to as high as 47% in Douglas County. And there's just some huge increases. But realize the assessed value is just one of three components of how we calculate property tax. We have the assessed value times the assessment rate, which the state legislature sets, times the mill levy, or the amount of taxes basically each individual taxing entity wants to receive. And these taxing entities are typically, your schools, police, fire, those type of entities. And let's just assume your home had an assessed value in 2021 of $400,000. And let's just, next assume your mill levy was 100 mills. So this year, your property tax bill would have been about $2,800. But let's assume your home value, your assessed value, went up 40%. Now your home is worth or assessed at $560. And based on the parameters currently set, your tax bill next January to be paid for 2023 would be a little over $4,000, or an increase of 45%. Now, our state legislature could have just, it lowered the assessment rate even more, but they chose not to do that, and instead basically punted away their responsibility and gave it back to us as consumers or as taxpayers. So they decided we're going to have a proposition called HH that we're going to vote on in November that would lower our property tax rates. Like in my example here, I was giving you, instead of a tax bill of over $4,000 a month or $4,000 a year, it'd be about $3,500. So, a drop of a little over $500 a year, but still an increase of over $700 a year from your current tax bill. But to pay for this, the state legislature wants to take away some of our Tabor tax refunds every year for the next 10 years. It's estimated on average that our Tabor tax refunds would drop by 23% for the next 10 years. And I just realized, the party in power here in Colorado has longed for eliminating Tabor. They hate Tabor and they want to do away with it. And I think this is just one way they're trying to get around to do that. And I just don't like the fact that we're basically taking money from our left hand with our Tabor tax refunds and put it into our right hand for property, smaller property taxes. So it's just something, to consider when you go to vote in November on Proposition HH, where the legislature, if they'd done their job properly, could have done this without us. So you may want to remember that come November when we're voting. So thank you very much for watching. And if you have questions, just call me or text me here at 303-881-6374.